are recording, so go for it.
Okay. So, Dr. Jones, with respect to the Dakota case, specifically to question three, um, I guess I'll be as generic as possible. I went through and I guess calculated the profitability using your allocations, right?
Yeah, that's the big thing. Yeah, make sure you use that system that I provided.
Sure. So I just kind of wanted to bounce off the fact that your expenses will obviously differ from what's listed in the case,
Yeah.
both in either direction, and won't necessarily sum to the total of those expenses, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Explain to me what totals of expenses you're talking about. I think I agree, but I don't want to.
If you summed customer A's and B's expenses as a total, the expenses that I would allocate in the case using your allocations wouldn't the total of on through those allocations wouldn't sum to the same amount.
Correct. That yes.
Okay.
No, I would agree with that.
Okay.
I would agree with that. So let me go back. I tried to pull that case up before while we were talking there earlier. So I'm looking at like Exhibit 2.
Yes.
So when I look at that, it looks like A and B are both profitable because one has contribution of 5250, the other has contribution of 6250.
Yep.
So when you go do your analysis, no, both will not. I mean, when I'm just looking, I mean, I didn't even add the expenses up. Just look at the contribution. They will both not have contribution of 11,500, in some way, shape, or form.
Hmm.
It's not just you're shoving, contribution to A from B to A. No. Yeah, everything's going to be completely redone, really using the information about A and B in 3, right?
Yeah.
Because if you look at Exhibit 3, those are the activities that are
Yep.
that are noted in that model.
Correct. So then I went on a step further to allocate the SG&A.
Okay.
Is that something that you were looking for? I used an allocation metric from the case to do that. I don't necessarily know that that was necessary.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not going to get mad if you do it, but not necessary because when you start looking at SJ&A, I mean, the whole idea was activity-based costing system. It's an activity that causes a cost.
Yeah,
The SG&A doesn't really have that.
exactly.
So I mean, the cost that you can, I mean, and right, the whole idea of the ABC, if we can make a cost more direct,
Hmm.
then you're doing less arbitrary allocation, where the SG&A is going to be more of an arbitrary allocation.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
So if you leave the SJ&E, I did in the answer I will provide you, I did not allocate SG&A. If you
Okay.
allocate it, that's okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna, it's not gonna be bad, but I
Sure.
really want you to apply the model
Yeah.
that, and that's going to be really the kind of the heart of the numerical kind of answer.
Hmm. So then, question two, and I watched the previous lecture,
Mhm.
or I'm sorry, the call you guys had last week, and you listed, basically you're asking us if we agree with the cost drivers and the
Yeah.
allocations of the operating costs in question two. So you're basically just looking for, um, I guess, our thoughts on what you have here and how you're allocating it, so on and so forth.
Yeah, really, really. I mean, yeah. Question 2 is really familiarize yourself with what the system I gave you.
Okay.
Like if you looked in the case itself, I'm trying to get to. Does it have questions with it? It didn't have questions at all, did it?
I didn't see any.
Yeah, it didn't have questions at all. So when I was looking at this, they actually, I th- there might have been a page and we cut it off. I don't remember.
So
I think there
I
was a
have
page
a
and I cut
so
off the page when I gave it to them. But anyway, regardless, it doesn't matter. There
okay.
were there were some questions at some point that I had, and like
Okay.
it was like design your activity based costing system. And I'm like, oh my God, I mean, if y'all were designing it, I'm gonna get, I don't know, there's 50 of y'all. I'm gonna get probably 75 different systems because some of y'all will give me two or three.
Yeah.
But so I mean, really, I gave you that to make that easier, and then really just kind of critique the system, look at it. You like it, you hate it. It's not a bad system.
Hmm.
Is it perfect? No, but just it really is just familiarize yourself with the system. Don't spend a ton of time on question 2. as much as, I mean, the heart of it is kind of, if you're looking at, the first question, what's wrong, kind of, what happened.
Hmm.
And then question two, kind of familiarize yourself with the system. Then question three, you're going to apply it. So
Yep.
by the time you've kind of familiarize yourself with the system,
Hmm.
then you can apply the system. Then if there was something you didn't like, maybe you add that into your analysis in question three. Maybe it's like, hey, it doesn't account for SG&A and I want to. So you throw that in.
Yeah.
That allows you some familiarity with the system in question two, and then you're able to add to it in question three.
Sure. Okay.
And then you're interpreting, and then question four, you're interpreting three.
Yep.
So they really do kind of build from 2, 3, and 4.
Yep. Okay.
Hey, and I will
Okay.
say one thing, since y'all are listening here. If you submitted it, that's fine. Again, I have not downloaded. You can go back and change, resubmit if you want. I can't remember if I said this before. When you get to question 4, it talks about limitations in that question. I'm really looking at general limitations of ABC
Yep.
more than analysis. I think we mentioned that before, but since we're here, I might as well say that again.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's all I had.
Chris, you got anything?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, me too. I guess my question is, are you almost done with Prestige?
Am I almost done? No, I wish I was. I'm working on it. My goal is Friday.
Okay.
That's kind of my self-imposed goal. I've got it's like everything's blown up at the end of the semester with my on-campus students. They're like, hey, I need 30 minutes to discuss why I'm making whatever in my class. And so I'm like, oh my God, and I've got 150 of those. So they're all wanting 10 to 20 minutes, and that just is sucking my time right now tremendously more than I was planning. But my goal is Friday for Prestige.
Got it. Okay.
And another thing too, I completely forgot to give you guys an update on participation at the 1st of November. So I will work out an update for participation in November. I'm working up sometime this week and hopefully get that to you guys by the end of this week also.
Fantastic.
And with respect to participation, just
Yeah.
to remember from what you said, I think in your kickoff back when we were on campus, it's 10. I know I can look at your syllabus, but did I remember correctly saying that we could have potentially multiple posts within one segment and be rewarded for each of those within this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I mean, yeah. So, yes. So when you post, I mean, if I kind of look at this and go, okay, if this is kind of a thread of one topic, then you can get points there.
Okay.
And I do cap it. Probably a little bit less, definitely a little bit less strict than the syllabus says. So I think it says you can earn like a maximum of 6.
Yeah.
Right. You can actually get a little bit more than 6, but I say that to be a little bit strict. And then some of you make some excellent comments, and so when they're super excellent, you might get maximum, and then somebody else says something, you make another excellent reply. So I was like, I'll give you a few more.
Yeah.
But it is designed where you can't load up and go get
Yeah.
half
like
the
a help-
points on
yeah.
one discussion and then just beg out for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yep.
So yeah, multiple posts, and you can definitely get credit for that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And again, most of you guys are doing fine. I mean, if you're posting and you're active, you're doing fine. I don't anticipate like where y'all were when I gave the last update. Everybody was about. I mean, the people who were participating were doing great. The people who weren't, kind of the first update. Hey, we need to do more with that, and that was kind of like the kind of the warning shot.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, we'll call this one done and let everybody get back to their other homework.
Sounds good.
Sounds
right.
good.
Thanks, Dr. Jones, for joining, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right. See you guys next week.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Jones.
All right. Bye, guys.